Hello students, Saidam. Welcome back to our computer class. In the previous sessions, we have started HTML, that is Hypertext Markup Language. What is this? It is a language in which you can make web pages on the internet and view them using a web browser. And these HTML documents are made up of text content and special codes known as tags that tell the web browser how to display the content. So, in this session, we are going to see the chapter number 4, HTML Form and Multimedia, Part 1. So, when you open Gmail or Google account, what you do first? You do registration, isn't it? Yes. After registration, you can enter the login ID and password. So, can you see this form? So, what do you mean by forms? So, all the forms include a submit button for sending the data to a web page for processing, isn't it? What is that form? Today in this session, we are going to see what you mean by HTML form. HTML forms are required when you want to collect some data from the site visitor. That is, it's an HTML form is used to collect the user input. The user input is most often sent to a server for processing. Example, during user registration, you would like to collect the information such as name, email address, contact number, credit card details, passwords, etc. So, forms provide an easy way to collect the required information from the web page, isn't it? So, forms provide an easy way to collect the required information from web page visitors. So, forms have three important parts: a form tag, form input elements, and next is submit button. So, first form tag, it's an container tag where it ends with /form. So, we'll see what are the input elements, and in a form there will be a submit button. So, what are these input controls? Input control is a type of input mechanism of a form. It's a mechanism on a form. Input controls are classified as data or text input controls. Now, which are these data input controls? Data input controls are radio button, that is radio control limits. It limits the web page visitor to only one choice from the list of choices. Means what it does, if there are many choices, okay, the user have to select only one choice. For that, we are using this radio button. Next, checkbox. What is that checkbox? Checkbox control allows a web page visitor to select more than one choice from the list of choices. Means here the user can select more than one choice. Next, what do you mean by submit button? Submit button means here it sends the information to the appropriate location for processing. A web page must include a submit button. Next, what do you mean by reset button? Reset button means it clears any input that was entered in the form. That is resetting the input controls back to the default. And last, what do you mean by selection menu? That is select. Means select control creates a selection menu from which the visitors selects. So next, what are these text input controls? Text input controls, these are a text box. A text box that is written as text. What is that text? It is used for small amount of text. If the text content is small, then we can use this text. Next, second one, a text area box. That is text area. It is used for larger amount of text. If we are using to write suggestions, comments, for that we can use this text area box. A password text box. Means password means what? For entering the password. That is, password will not be seen. So it will be in the form of asterisk or bullets. The text control has two attributes, that is size and max length. Size means which determines the number of characters that are displayed on the form. And what do you mean by max length? Max length means it specifies the maximum length of the input data. Input data maximum length it specifies. Next, how to set up a form? How to set up the form? We need to specify two important information to the form. One is method property and second one is action property. So method property of the form tag, what it tells? It tells the form to transfer the data to the form processor, which is either CGI script or even email address. What is that? What it does? It transfers the data to the form processor, which is either common gateway interference script or even email address. That is get and post. Get means GET, get. If the method property of the form is set to get, then the data in the form is given to the form processor in the form of a query string. In the form of a query string, it will be displayed. And if there is no method, property is given in the form tag, the default is set to get. The default will be set to get. Next, action property. What it tells? Action property of the form tag tells what action the form should take when the user presses the submit button. Means what it takes, the action. It tells when the user presses the submit button, what the action takes. And we'll see what is that post option in the method property. That post option in the method property is, if method property of the form is set to post, then the data in the form is given to the form processor as a standard input to the program. Is it clear? Yes. The tag used is form method equals to post in the double quote, action equals to mail to email ID of viewers, and you have to write n type, that is text plain. So when you use this tag, the user details will be sent to your mail ID. So this is the tags when we use the document to write the tags. So what we are using? We are using form method is equals to post, action is equals to mail to email address, next n type equals to text plain. So what you are entering? Enter your name, input type is equals to text, name is equals to username, size equals to 30 and max length equals to 20. When I write the text here, so when I run, my web page looks like this. Okay, can you see? It says that enter your name. When I enter the name Anika and when I press the enter key, so what it does? It moves. It goes to the mail which I mentioned there. Okay, so again see, can you see when again the browser opens as it shows that username equals to Anika sent from mail from Windows. We can see this. Next, how to write the text box in your web page and how to use the password in your web page. For that, first we have to use that form method is equals to post action equals to mail to user ID, that is our ID, email address. And if you want to enter the text box, so you have to mention enter your name and in there input type is equals to text, name is equals to username, any name of your choice, size equals to 30 and max length is equals to 20. So this is the text box for your name, and the text box for your address you are writing as input type is equals to text, name, user address, size is 30, max length is equals to 20. And for the city you are typing as city, input type it is also a text and the name is ucity for your reference and size is 20, max length is 30. And if you want to enter the pin code, for that you are writing as input type is equals to text, name equals to u pin code, size is 20 and max length is 6. Because the pin code digits are only 6, so you are mentioning the maximum length of the characters is equals to 6. Next, mobile number, input type is text, name. So here the size is 10 as the mobile number contains only 10 digits. Next, credit card number. Credit number is equals to input type is equals to password. Input type is equals to password. Password means what? It will be in the form of asterisk. It will be in the form of asterisk. So you have to see that how it displays in the form. So for that you are using the type that equals to password. Next, name equals to credit card and size is 20, length is this. So we can see how it displays. Can you see the form? Yeah? Can you see our web page? First what we have put, please fill the details. Can you see this? Yes. First is enter your name. So input type we have used the type attribute. So text. So enter your name. There is a text box. And next text box we can see address, city. Yes, we can see mobile number and credit card number. We can see the text boxes, isn't it? Yes. So we'll start filling it. Enter your name. Start filling it. Yes. Can you see? Yes. We can fill all the numbers. All the text box we can fill. But credit card number, when we write the credit card number, only the dots, bullets have been seen here. Okay? Because it's a confidential. So credit card, any passwords will be confidential. So the asterisks or bullets will be displayed. Now next, what is this? If you want to write a large text box, okay, for what purpose? For giving suggestions or comments. For giving suggestions and comments, we use which one? We use text area. Text area. If the user enters several lines of text, if the user enters several lines of text, that is, we use this text area. We use this text area, and text area name is equals to uComment. uComment means for our purpose we are setting the name, and rows equals to 4 and columns equals to 50. Means what? Rows is height in rows, and columns means width for the text area in characters. Width for the text area in characters. What do you mean by wrap? Wrap means if the user writes several lines, okay, then the first line goes to the top. So for that purpose we use wrap, though the text will be wrapped one line to below. So now we'll run this, okay. We'll see the browser. Yes, see how the web page looks. Enter your name. Okay, we have entered everything, and the comments. Can you see the suggestions or comments? Yes. So the user, that is, we have written many lines. So what we can see, we can scroll the comments up and down. So what we have put? We have put rows equals to 4, columns equals to 50. So 50, that the width of the text area and characters are 50. So we can scroll up and down. So what is this? Creating large text area. Next, what do you mean by checkbox? How to create the checkbox? Checkbox means what? If the visitor wants to select more than one option, for that we use the checkbox. So here input type checkbox, input type is equals to checkbox, name equals to sports. What is this? Name is an attribute. Value is equals to cricket. Value is an attribute. And here checked. And after that a message has written as cricket. So here in the checkbox we have mentioned few sports name. So that is input type is equals to checkbox. In that checkbox first we have mentioned cricket, next football, tennis, chess, hockey. So name and value are the attributes. So what is this? Input type is equals to checkbox. Name is equals to sports. We have assigned the name as sports, and value of that sport is tennis. Okay. So we'll see how our web browser looks. Can you see this? Yes. Enter your name. Which sports do you like? This is the comment. So by default it will be checked on the cricket. Can you see why? Because here in the first input we have written as checked. Input type is equals to checkbox, name equals to sports, value equals to cricket. After that we have written checked. CHECKED, checked means what? By default the cricket should be clicked. By default it should be clicked. For that purpose we are using checked. Here by default it's checked. If you want, you can change from cricket to football, tennis, chess, hockey, whichever you wish. So we'll enter the name. Enter the name as Aditya. So Aditya likes football, chess and hockey. And suggestions, he has written something. Okay. Is it clear? So using the checkbox, how we can enter. Next we'll see how to create the radio buttons. Radio buttons means what? If the user wants to select only one of the selected option. If the user wants to select only one option, at that time we'll use this radio button. We are using H4, that is the header. Okay, so read this web page. Input type is equals to radio. Name is equals to rate. Rate, we have put the name. And value is equals to super. And this is also marked as checked. And it is the comment is super. So here the type, the name is an attribute and the value is a attribute. So we are assigning the value equals to super. Okay, first one. First radio button is super. And second radio button is good. That is input type is equals to radio. Name is equals to rate. Value equals to good. It is second one. Third is input type is equals to radio. Name equals to rate. Value equals to average. This is the average one. Okay. And one more I have written for your purpose, that is gender. How to choose the gender? For that, input type is equals to radio. Name equals to gender. Value equals to male. Okay. Same thing for female. Name equals to gender. Value equals to female. Okay. So now we'll run the browser. How it sees? Yes, we can see this. Okay, can you see the text box for to enter the name? Yes, to mark the rate of the web page. Yes, and to choose the genders. For this, we have by default we have choose the super yes button. Okay, so now we can change that. So we'll enter the name. Yes, we can enter the name. Yes, Aditya. So now we can choose good. Okay. Yes, and his male. Okay. Is it clear? So how to use the radio button? Yes, very good. Now, how to use the list box? How to use the list box? That is creating a list box. That is menu. How to create a menu? To choose from the list of options. To choose from the list of options, we use this. So for example, if you want to choose which city, from which city you belong. So there are the options like Thane, Pune, Delhi, Goa, Mumbai, Patna. So for that, how we'll write the tag? So we'll use select. We'll use the tag select. So select is a container tag. So after that, after ending, so we have to write /select. So select name equals to city and size equals to 5. So size is an attribute. Next option. Which are the options here? Option value equals to Thane. Value equals to Thane. This comment is Thane. So value is an attribute. Value is an attribute. Name is an attribute. Next, second option is value equals to Pune. Third option is value equals to Delhi. Value equals to Goa. Value equals to Mumbai. Value equals to Patna. And after ending this, we have to end the select tag, as the select is a container tag. Okay. Now we'll see how it looks. We'll run the web page. Can you see this? Yeah, first one what we can see is enter your name. Next, second option is choose city or state. We can see the list Thane, Pune, Delhi, Goa, Mumbai. When you scroll that, you can see Patna. Okay? By default, nothing is chosen. Isn't it? By default, nothing is chosen. So, we can write. We can enter the name. Write the name as yes. Ajay. Yes. We have selected Mumbai. We have selected Mumbai. Okay? Is it clear? By default, if you want to write any option to be selected, here you can write option. After this, Patna, you can write selected. You can write selected. If any of the city, if you want to select, by default, it must be selected. For that, you use the tag selected. So here, can you see here? Yes. So when I fill the form, when I choose, we can scroll and we can choose the city, that is Mumbai. Is it clear? How to create a list? How to create a list box means from the many options we can select. Now next, what is the last part? That is submit button. Submit button and reset button. These two buttons, okay, when you start entering the name, address, everything, when you start filling the details, the last option will be submit button. What do you mean by that submit button? Have you seen that submit button? Yes. Submit means visitors can click to send the information. Visitors can click to send the information they entered in the form to your web server or your email. Means what happens? When the user clicks to send the information they entered in the form to your web server or to your email. Okay? Yes. So when the user clicks the submit button, the data in the form is processed. The data is processed and sent to the destination specified in the form tag, where we have put the destination. There it will be sent to the specified destination in the form tag. In the form tag, what we have mentioned, it will be sent. And next, what is that reset? Yes, input type is equals to reset. We have assigned the value as reset. What is that reset button? When the user clicks the reset button, the form is reset to its original settings. To its original settings, it will be reset. Now, we'll run this. Yes. Yeah. Can you see the form? Yes. The form. See here. First one is enter your name. Which sports do you like? Yes, cricket. By default, the option is selected as cricket. You can change that. Next one is choose the city, state. Yes, we can scroll. We can choose any one of the city. Next, rate this web page. Yes, it's a radio buttons. Super, good, yeah, average. So next, comments or suggestions. There is a big text box. Next, down there are two buttons. That is submit button and reset button. Yes. So first we'll enter the details. Yes. Yes, we have entered the details as Vedant. Sports chosen are football, chess, and the city is Thane. And rate this web page super, and suggestions have given. We have written the suggestions. Now, when you click on the submit button, can you see this? Can you see that string? Yes, string query, that blue color which I have highlighted. Yes, it moves to that. Web page. Okay. That is, we can see that first.html. We can see first.html, isn't it? Yes, and afterwards, Vedant, sports, football. Can you see this? Chess, Thane. Yes, in the blue color. Yes. So, when the user clicks the submit button, the data in the form is processed and sent to the destination specified in the form tag. So, is it clear? Yes. So, here in the tag, what we have mentioned? We have mentioned that form method equals to get and action equals to first.html. Get means what? You can see the string, query string. You can see the query string what the user have entered, isn't it? Yes. So these are the tags. So now Can you see this? Yes. Now come back to the web page. The web page we have entered. So now we want to reset it. We want to change. We want to re-enter one more data. So for that, what we have to do? We have to click on reset button. Yes. Now we'll click on the reset button. Yes. Now see, can you see? Everything is cleared. So when the user clicks the reset button, the form is reset to its original settings. Yes. Very. So the form is cleared. So the form is very interesting and easy topic. So do practice at your home. So thank you. Take care. Bye bye.